year, the free-to-play behemoth Honkai Star Rail has made its way over to PS5. Over the last month I've been playing, and I'm so impressed with its characters, its RPG elements, and its combat that I asked HoYoverse to sponsor a video about it, and they said yes! Now, let me tell you why you should add Honkai Star Rail into your trusted rotation of games. Honkai is a free-to-play role-playing game from the same devs who created Genshin Impact, and immediately throws you into a sci-fi story on board a space station that's attacked by this sinister legion. Amidst all this chaos, we uncover our main character for the story, known as the Trailblazer. I chose the girl version because I'm a guy in real life. Slight issue here, she's had her memories seemingly wiped. We then join the crew of the Astral Express, an intergalactic space train, and begin planet hopping following the story, filled with unexpected reveals and double crosses. The main reason I keep coming back to Honkai is down to the combat. Turn-based fights akin to classic Final Fantasy games, where each team takes it in turn to beat the living daylights out of each other. Yet, there are multiple strategy elements to be considered that make fights feel earned, and losses feel like lessons. Star Rail gives each character an affinity to an elemental type, from fire to ice, from lightning to quantum. This element directly impacts fights, as the enemies have icons above their head to denote which type they are most vulnerable to. So our Trailblazer here is a physical type with her baton, and annihilates enemies with that grey-white icon above their health bar. When attacking, each character has two possibilities. One is a basic attack, the other is skilled. And the skilled ones cost an attack point, seen here. And the only way to build more attack points is to use the basic attack. Simple, but it adds another layer of strategy, making sure you have enough skill points for your stronger characters. And let's add a third level to this. Each character can build up an ultimate ability, a limit breaker if you would, which can be unleashed at any time. Even if it's not that player's turn to attack, they can jump the queue and bust it out. Some target one foe, some target the entire team, some add status effects, some assist allies. Combat goes as deep as you want it to, and we didn't even look at buffs, debuffs and trigger actions. Let's leave those for another time. The game does a really good job at slowly adding to your knowledge base. The playable characters in Honkai Star Rail are plentiful, each with their own style, personality, backstory, and most importantly, their weapon and fighting prowess. I found myself gravitating towards the main people in the story thanks to their quirks, but rest assured there are so many you'll be spoiled for choice. Over 30 the last time I checked, each with their own voice, their own interests, and even their own idle animations. I honestly spent time just watching them. I'm not weird, I promise. My favourite, Saval, a guitar-wielding Belabogian, will begin writing song melodies when left alone.
Dun, 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 dun.
March 7th, we'll take selfies.
Cheese.
And check out our character.
Noise.
Did she just say noise?
Noise.
Nice.
Once you've chosen your playable characters, it's time to put them into a team. A total of 4 can be squadded up at once and changed out on the fly. Your key focus is finding a team that complements each other in battle. We've spoken about their elements and super abilities, but that's not the only thing to take into account. There are also classes that matter. Honkai Star Rail calls these paths, but essentially it's the same principle from most other games: tank, healer, DPS, that kind of thing. Your job is to find the perfect balance of attack and defense, because wailing on every enemy you see won't work forever. March 7th here, yes, that's really her name. March 7th, this gal can grant an overshield of protection to allies, allowing the others to get on with the brawl.
I will protect all beauty in the universe!
Honkai Star Rail can be described as a gacha game, but what does that even mean? Well, it's a reference to the toy vending machine I'm sure you used as a child, where it's filled with balls and you turn the handle and see what you get.
Ta-da!
Star Rail uses that same principle to make every unlock a surprise. That hope and slight panic when you see the door glow a certain colour. Oh, and we never spoke about Pom Pom. Some things are better left unsaid. Some people love the unknown loot box style, and others are not too fond of it, which is why guaranteed drops are included if you're the most unlucky player to ever live. A 5-star character is guaranteed to drop within 50 turns of this gacha machine. And compared to other gacha games I've played, Honkai is the least stingy of all, with constant rewards and regular free pulls, relatively easy to obtain. Of course, players can speed up this process by using real life money, and my thoughts on that have never really changed. That decision is totally down to how much you value your time. If you have the time to grind, Honkai will support you. If you don't have the time, then monetization is for you. Alongside the main storyline are many side quests, each that add extra lore to the world, and some mix up the formula too. You can be playing hide and seek with children one moment,
Ha! Gotcha!
and then searching for these lovable creatures hidden on a space station. You'll complete minecart puzzles if you choose to, you'll unlock doors and locks via this minigame, and somehow even crossing a bridge has been turned into a minigame in Honkai Star Rail. You'll venture into a digital realm, you'll use secret portals, and you'll meet people who will ask you not to tell your teammates. There's enough variation and option here to keep you on your toes. Honkai Star Rail does a great job of slowly increasing the difficulty and the number of mechanics at play. After 20 hours, you'll be managing upgrades, swapping out relics, and evolving your team without even thinking, setting your sights on harder to obtain loot, and embracing the grind. During this stage of play, I noticed another great quality of life upgrade. Up here is a single button click that speeds up the game. Combat is lightning fast. Here's a typical ultimate attack at standard speed.
Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
And here it is again on the increased speed setting.
Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
If you want to grind through the combat, the game will respect your time enough to speed it all up. If you're playing twice as fast, you can get twice as much done. In fact, there's another button just next to that. This one will automate fights, an auto battler, essentially made for the mobile version of the game, but I'll be honest, this function is great when multitasking. Hey, it isn't good enough to beat a boss, but it will definitely get through smaller runts while you go about your daily routine. 2 tiny quality of life updates that really make a difference. Overall, Honkai Star Rail is an amazing free-to-play game. Lovers of sci-fi stories and strategic JRPG combat will spend tens, if not hundreds of hours perfecting their endgame team. Over 80 million players are already in the galaxy on PS5, PC and mobile, and best of all, it's free to play. Honkai Star Rail will be here for years, constantly upgrading and updating, evolving the story and adding more characters to master. I hope you give it a try. I'm Adam, you're awesome. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sponsoring this video, Hoyoverse. I will see you next time.